Alright, guys. Welcome to another Binary Zoo, right, everyone?
Yeah.
This time, we have a nice little surprise for you. Got a special guest. I'm going to introduce him first, so like everyone to meet Lee. Unless he's
Say
dead.
hi, Lee.
Say hi.
Oh, hello.
We got Lee, and we've got Nikki,
Hi.
and we got Michael, as always.
No.
Forever
Still so
alone,
sad.
Michael. Forever
And
alone.
Michael.
Speaking of forever alone, this is a nice special little episode. Kind of off the grid, as you can say. It's a Valentine's Day special. Since Valentine's is right around the corner, boyfriends everywhere are trying to push it into the deep dark corners of their mind and save it for the day before or the day of. So, speaking of Valentine's Day, is anyone doing anything for Valentine's Day?
Not at all.
I'm gonna sit back and look at the money I'm not spending on Valentine's Day.
No one? No one's
Nope.
gonna...
Well, Andrew
for the
lives
birds.
across the country right now, so it's not like we can do anything together
we
for
can do
Valentine's
things.
Day.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're closer.
Not by much.
It's true. So he's not gonna... Has he ever surprised you before? How long have you guys been dating? Like 5 years?
Do we count from the time we started talking to each other or from
No,
the first time we met?
Dating.
I mean, I don't even know if you can call what we're doing right now dating,
Why?
because
Well,
we
count
see
it,
each other for,
count it from the first time you met, then.
okay, then almost a year.
Okay, almost a year. So is this gonna be your first Valentine's Day with him?
Yes,
Or
we were
not
kind
this.
of talking last Valentine's Day,
Ooh.
but we hadn't met yet.
hmm
And he, I can't remember. He built me a heart in Minecraft and surprised me.
Holy shit.
That is the
That-
cutest, nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
And it was sweet. It was really sweet. But I think he did that for my birthday. I don't think we did. We're not really big into romantic kind of stuff. I mean, if I was there, we would probably, go have dinner somewhere
Mhm.
and something like
He'd
that.
make you a
but-
restaurant in Minecraft, and you guys would
Yeah,
go
he would make you a restaurant in
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
He would cook you something in Skyrim. No. I want to get back to you and Andrew, because that's an interesting story how you guys met. But I'm gonna go on to Michael. Michael, are you gonna do anything for Valentine's Day? Is
Not
there an apple in your
sure.
eye that you're gonna shoot an arrow
Not sure
through,
what's
or-
going on at this moment. It's
No.
work in progress.
Work in progress. I don't like
You
the
should
sound of
just-
that.
Surprise her with something.
You should.
True
Arrows
test of
into
your
the front door.
relationship so far.
Arrows. Oh, arrows with the tips, the heart-shaped tips on the arrows or something. For those of you
He's
gonna
those of you that aren't in the know, Michael pretty much found his soulmate. No, I'm just kidding. You guys have a lot in common, though, right?
Yeah.
A lot in common. It's pretty frightening. I might have to replace you with her as my best friend, Michael. So, and then you'll be the annoying significant other.
Can I have him back now?
So nothing. Not gonna surprise her or anything.
Still thinking about it.
Already
Trying to
dropping the
figure out
ball. Already dropping the ball. And Lee, you said you were just gonna sit back, right, and just
Yes.
enjoy all the money. You're
Not gonna spend any money here.
Yeah.
There's a couple ladies that wouldn't mind, but no thanks.
Ooh. Ooh.
Right? Like Ember.
Like me.
Like him. No, I don't know. No, even when I had someone on Valentine's, I never really did anything. Probably just the standard bouquet of flowers and dinner.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people go for the roses, and what happens is they sell out of roses, and then you have to pay extra for whatever ones they have
I
left.
always got like stupidly nice roses. I hated it. Like myself
Yeah.
a couple of days after.
I started going for like lilies. Lilies. I know it's kind of hipster to.
I'll start growing my own carnations or something.
Hang on,
Well,
can we get a
Lily-
shot of Ember drawing a lotus real quick?
No.
Looks like Faith.
It's like Faith. but that's a little trick of the trade. If you don't want to pay a ton for roses, just go ahead and buy something else. Buy another kind of flower.
Doesn't lily tow? You have to get a special kind of lily, right? Or you have to get a certain kind because doesn't some lilies mean like grief or sorrow or I'm sorry?
Yeah,
or...
you have to get like the colorful ones, or I don't know, what are they? The stargazers or something? I don't know. But I will also be saving a ton of money this Valentine's Day.
Woo!
Yeah, right. I'm probably gonna spend
really?
it to get drunk.
Oh,
Yes.
because I thought you meant saving up for something. You meant saving money because you don't have to buy anything.
Well, you know what? At first, I planned on doing something for someone. But yeah, due to recent events, that's not gonna happen.
She put a spy camera in your bathroom.
She did. She did it right under the lip of the seat.
Ooh, sneaky.
Yeah,
Holy
just
shit.
to make sure I didn't have bumps on my
That's
junk.
quite a shot.
It's so she can keep track of its growth. Anyway, so let's get back to Sarissa's crazy little story. How did you and Andrew meet? For those of you that aren't in the know.
And if anybody's confused, Lee calls me Ember because he knows me as Ember Strife, and Chris calls me Sarista because he knows me from my WoW character.
And
So,
all of which are her legal names. So her legal name is Nikki Sarista Amber Strife.
And then my last name.
Boomkin, then your last name.
Boomkin.
You were a boomkin
Okay.
for this?
Yeah.
Sorry,
My name's
continue.
the Boomkin. Anyways, me and Andrew met in World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
We were in the same guild for about a year, and we just, raided as guildies. And then that lull between Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm happened, so we just kept going into the same hangout, chat, and vent every day. Him and his friends and me. And we started playing other games like Left 4 Dead and Alien Swarm, and just really cheap games on Steam. And through that, we kind of got to know each other, and then that led to us talking. We found out that we really liked each other, and we had a lot in common. And then I guess about 6 months later, in March, we met for the first time. That was weird,
Was that magical?
but awesome. It was magical on the second day. The first day is just that awkward, weird. Is this the same as what?
Yeah.
Is this the same as online kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Is this online?
Is this real life? Is this real life?
Oh, God.
Did he ask you to wear
Yeah.
elf ears?
So
Yeah, did you? I really want to get into that, but I don't know if we should.
Was it Casablanca-esque?
no, we're gonna
Elf-
stay way far away from
Elf
that.
ears and tails. Okay, so you guys met in WoW. You guys played games together. What? Now, see, here's where you guys don't know, but I knew Nikki from WoW also, and we were also in a guild for a while.
Hmm.
So I kind of see Andrew as like that fork in the road, because you and I were supposed to just fall madly in love for each other. I don't know if you know that.
Right,
but-
right. It was almost there, but you
That-
weren't available.
You know what?
And then
No, I think what it was is that I was a big asshole. I still am.
Was?
I still am.
That's very
I'm
honest.
still just the biggest piece of shit ever. But then I think
You're
it was.
not.
I think then it was a lot. It was a little bit more immature. Now my trolling has evolved to a new level since then. No, but that's cool.
it was
That's
your
nice.
trolling that got in the way.
And you guys are
Definitely.
gonna move in together, right? That's the plan, or
I'm moving to Southern California in a few weeks.
see, always moving away from me. Always moving away. From me. But yeah, I have my own little long distance story like that.
Okay.
My first serious girlfriend, I met her through a friend who just randomly messaged her because he was looking up tabs for something, like base tabs or something, and he just randomly messaged her, and they actually started talking, and they were like in the works of whatever, dating, and then he's like, oh, I want you to meet her. Like, okay, I thought she lives in Texas. And he's like, no, like, just on the phone with us. Well, 3-way calls. Like, okay. This was back in the day when people still use landlines. So,
Like a for real 3-way call.
yeah, like for real, flash
party line?
over, dial the number, like,
God.
yeah, and so, the three of us were talking, and he's like, oh, I'll be right back. And he leaves, and then her and I talk, and then we talked on AOL Instant Messenger. This is how long ago this was.
I still talk on AIM. What are you talking
Of
about?
course you do.
But not like that. Not like back in the day. You know what I mean? Like
AIM was the Facebook.
away messages and like all that fun stuff. So anyway, we hit it off. We talked for like 6 or 7 months as friends. We were getting along great, and then finally, I can't remember whose idea it was to visit each other, but fast forward to December 27th. Yeah, December 27th was when I first met her in real life, and I got my first kiss in a Dallas luggage claim, Dallas airport luggage claim.
Aw.
That's Casablanca right there.
That's Casablanca right there. We dated for a while, but I was young and stupid, and didn't really put my best effort forward. So we dated for 3 years and then ended it. So yeah. But internet romances do exist, and they can happen, and they are legitimate because we were very much in love.
This ad's been brought to you by eHarmony.
We should get paid. You guys should get paid for this, like big time. Holy shit!
Like, big time, especially big time. But I mean, ever since then, it's like just thinking about it's like holy shit, like it was so fucking random that all this random shit happened, and then you meet this person, and it's like you totally just engulf yourself in this person for 3 years, and all because of all this random shit. And it just reminded me because Nikki it was just so random how you and Andrew just met like on WoW, and you guys really hit it off and stuff.
Yeah, and it's weird because we didn't really hit it off right away. Like, we had raided for almost a year together, and I knew him because he was one of the like the long time people in the guild. Like, he was a veteran, and he had been in the guild probably since he had started playing the game. And I was a new person, so I kind of knew who he was because he's, just one of those people that everybody knew in the guild. And we talked and vent all the time, but it wasn't until we just started spending a lot of time in other games that we kind of got to know each other.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty random.
So this girl that you're talking about, she had broken up with this other dude by the time you met, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you stole her real fast.
I know.
He went AF.
They didn't
minute,
really
and you were like,
start.
"What's up, baby?"
They didn't really start dating. Like, they hadn't officially started dating. Like, they were just like talking, and then the the idea of dating without even officially meeting came up, and it was just like I don't want to do that. That's kind of stupid. Thinking about it now in hindsight, that sounds kind of jerky of me to say like no, like nah, like I don't want to do it over the internet. That sounds stupid. But that first, the plane ride there was nervous. It was like my palms were sweaty, and I was just like, oh my god. I just had like a 2-hour layover in fucking Denver. Like, I hope this goes well because this was a really expensive plane ticket. It was like $900 for the fucking plane ticket, and I was only going to be there like 5 days.
You felt United or something?
No, it was some shitty little airlines because it was like the days after Christmas, and we had bought it a couple days before Christmas.
Okay, I was like, if you could have got an American flight, they fly you straight to Dallas.
Yeah, they didn't have anything because everything was like booked, and
yeah,
it was nuts. It was nuts. The idea was thrown around that I wouldn't even like, I would stay in Denver until a flight opened up that I can actually jump on, but then the travel agent lady was like, you know what? I actually found a seat for you. It was like, yes.
nice.
Yeah, the plane was packed, and it was fucking worst. And the whole time, just like, I'm just gonna try my best to make this make this work out because expensive plane ticket, like, fuck. But yeah, first kiss and Dallas luggage claim.
I think that's what's hard about long distance relationships too, is because a lot of times, like, you're not at the age where you have a lot of money to be traveling by air, and that's what a lot of long distance relationships require. I mean, especially if you meet online, a lot of the time it's not, oh, you live an hour from me and we can meet each other on weekends all the time. Usually it's
Yeah,
like
it's,
states away.
yeah.
So long distance relationships are hard.
They are, but I mean, we made it work for 3 years, so
Yeah.
that was
Me and Andrew
fun.
almost broke up
Yeah.
because the distance was getting to us.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's hard because, especially like with my family, we like to do things as a family, and that means including who you're dating at the time. And so, like, we went to Mexico, and we'd have all these parties, and when we do all this stuff, and, like, my brother would have his girl, and my sisters would have who they're dating, and I'm just, like, forever alone, like, texting
Aw.
poor girl in Texas, like, oh, I wish you were here, like, God, just fucking kill me. But that's, I mean, especially nowadays when a lot of people are actually meeting online and doing it that way. I think recently I just read this study where like 20% of all new couples now have met online in some way.
That was a commercial. I'm telling
Was
you
it
right
a commercial? Was the eHarmony
was.
commercial?
That was
I
the
read it
eHarmony
on a
commercial.
commercial that that 20% of couples are meeting online, and it's great, but it's also kind of bad because I mean the long distance things, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
tough.
it's easy to meet someone online. It's difficult to keep that going and make it
Yeah.
into a relationship.
Mhm.
But I mean, I guess that goes for if you meet face to face too, because
Yeah, luckily
if
for
anybody's looked at the divorce rate recently.
yeah. Well, I mean, luckily for us, like Lee said, it was Casablanca moment. Like right off the bat, it was just like, holy moly, I'm
Right.
so head over heels right now. So that's how it was.
That's lucky, man. That would have sucked if it just like wasn't, and you were like, "Oh, hi."
And it was just
And an awkward
an
moment.
awkward 5 days. An awkward 5 days.
That's the scariest part. It's like, because when we first met, he had planned to stay here for 2 weeks, and it's like, what if it's not the same? Then you have to spend like an entire 2 weeks of being awkward together,
Yeah.
and then be like, bye, and then like break up when he gets back home.
Duh. But see, I think that's
Did you
also
actually
kind of a
break up?
plus of long distance relationships because you don't have that person constantly there, you know? And so
Yeah.
all the bad that comes with having someone constantly there isn't. So when you guys finally do meet up, especially if it's like your third or fourth meetup, you've been waiting for it for weeks since you bought that ticket,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so I think the honeymoon phase really stretches itself out that way.
Yeah,
So
that
If it
first
was-
few. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, if it's really that awkward, would you actually put up for that with 2 weeks? For 2 weeks?
Well, I mean,
Like now
unless
you
you
get
want
out.
to pay $120 to change your return ticket, then yeah.
Or you bought the ticket too?
No, he bought it, but because I don't have a job.
Bum.
bum.
I know, I'm such a
Okay.
bum.
What a bum. What a bum.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if it didn't work out, I would have helped. I would have paid for half of his return ticket
Mhm.
because I'm nice like that. But thankfully, it was only awkward for like the first day he was here, and then the next day it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So halfway through this call, we're gonna hang up on Nikki and call
Yeah.
Andrew.
We're gonna
Get
call
the
Andrew
real
later,
story.
and we're gonna get his. You know what? No, real. I want to hear this. I want to hear his side of the story.
He doesn't
not
want
right,
to talk about it. I
not
can tell
right
you
now,
that
though.
right now.
not right now.
That's
right
too bad.
now.
I'm at him right now.
No, you don't even have him on your contacts list.
I can find him. I don't care if he's playing Kingdom.
Ambler. Yeah, he's sick right now too, so he barely feels like talking to me.
So who's his real girlfriend?
He's a
Right?
sad
Who's-
panda
Who's the real
right
girlfriend?
now.
Okay, I'm feeling slick right now. I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah. So Lee, I heard Lee has some pretty crazy stories for us,
Ooh.
which is pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, I really want to focus on this whole stabbing situation
Oh,
that I
that
heard
one
of.
was interesting. All right, so what grade was I in? I think it was like 10th grade. I don't know, dude. I meet this chick. She's really cool. She lives 3 houses away from me, so it was very convenient. A little too convenient sometimes. But throughout, I started realizing this chick's got fucking some daddy issues. Really bad ones. And, I don't know, one night we're in the kitchen. We're arguing about something. I don't know what the fuck it was. I think I've been... Never mind. I don't know. She grabs the kitchen knife and fucking comes at me. I'm like, you won't fucking do it. And then she fucking does it. And she comes at me with a steak knife at the arms. And that hurt really bad.
So
But it ended well.
she stabbed you in the arm with a steak knife.
She slashed at me.
Oh, she slashed at you in the...
At the time.
That's still kind of crazy, though. Like, did you call the cops, or did you
No.
punch her?
I kept my cool.
I could not be able to keep my cool. Like, if someone fucking slashes me with a
I
steak
just
knife...
calmly left the house and went to the
No,
hospital. It was
right
fine.
as soon as it fucking happened, like slash number 3 came, and it's starting to get messy around here. Her parents opened the garage door because they were at dinner, and so she starts like freaking out. She starts having like panic attacks because she does that because she has like daddy issues and shit. And I slapped her across the face. I put a hoodie on myself to like cover it all up. I sent her upstairs and I shake hands with her dad. I'm like, "What's up, Mr. Name I will not say on the internet."
Right.
Right. Because I will Facebook him later.
Dude, he's a rich dude.
He's
He's a nice guy
type.
too.
He's an oil
So-
type, yeah.
If I remember correctly, you just brush it off and you keep dating her?
I'm just like 2 more years after that. People, I mean, dude,
God.
crazy chicks make you alive, man.
What did you think? What did you think? Like, this is gonna be a cute story to tell your grandkids. Like, remember one time your grandma slashed me with the steak knife 3 times.
See, I had for every bad story, I had great stories, like how I met her. But you know, I always kept in the back of my mind, like, you know, this bitch did fucking take a knife to me.
Yeah.
How many knives did she meet you with the first time?
What's that?
When you met her, how many knives did she have?
What did she stab you with the first day you guys met?
the X-Acto knife.
Oh, I've got an X-Acto knife story.
That happened too, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, crazy dads are like, I think the biggest fear for any guy dating. I think the craziest.
Heard that.
No, go ahead.
I know after you.
Oh, I was just gonna say the craziest dad I've ever encountered was he was a cop, and her and I were friends in high school, and we started dating because we pulled up to my driveway, and she's on my porch, and she's like trying to tape this note to my door, and I'm just like
Jeez.
getting out the car, and I look at her and I shrug, like, the fuck are you doing? She's like, oh, total like Napoleon Dynamite Deb moment when she like walks up and like mumbles, and she's just like, here, and like runs off, and I'm like, okay. And it was just a note telling me she liked me, whatever. Anyway, we're dating, and we're supposed to be having dinner at her house, and she's helping her mom cook, and the dad's like, oh, come here, I want to show you like all my cop stuff. And it was just a room just dedicated to all his cop stuff. And he's showing me, like, crime scene photos of, like, dudes
Oh, God.
that had gotten run over, or dudes that had been, like, shot and stabbed and stuff.
Did he threaten you?
Oh, my
You know what?
daughter's life.
At the time, I thought he was. At the time, I felt like, holy shit, this guy's trying to make me piss my pants, man. Like, he's showing me all these crime photos and telling me about his, you know, time on the force, and shows me his gun. I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, this guy's totally trying to sweat me right now. I'm like trying to hide the fact I'm hyperventilating, like I'm fucking sweating. I'm just like, oh my god, please don't fucking kill me right now. Please don't fucking kill me. And like at the time I thought it was because he had like one of our friends had started a rumor that me and his daughter were like doing stuff. So I thought that he hadn't heard about that. So I was just like, he's gonna fucking kill me. Like, he's gonna come into my house and fucking kill me and make it look like I was a crack dealer or something. And there's a fucking, like, drug deal gone bad. Like, holy shit, he's gonna fucking kill me. And he never did. We ended up breaking up when she moved to Tennessee, so that was good times. Good times.
Who has, like, a man cave that's just guns and crime scene photos?
Apparently
if
a
you take away the
psycho
second part of that, maybe.
Michael has a man cave that's all guns and pictures of
Oh,
Asian
that's true.
women.
That's true. If you guys remember our Christmas episode.
Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh, I got a notebook and I got a DVD. Oh, I got a Glock for Christmas. Oh my god. Fucking Glock.
Hi.
He collects guns.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, Psycho here.
Come on in.
So, any
Huh?
other psycho stories, Lee? I heard you have a ton of them.
The girlfriend
whole
after that. The girlfriend after
encyclopedia.
that. So I lived in Clemson. I don't know. I was going through this like phase where I was very confident. So this new chick, I started working at a place, and this new chick came up, and I was like, "Hey, you're new," and she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, long story short, you're hot. Let's go over and come over to my place." But her dad was like, he lived in this shitty little town. Her dad was like a meth dealer, a very prominent meth dealer with families like in the ties with like gangs and shit.
So, he's a drug lord.
Yes.
Okay.
So every time I go pick her up, it'd be like terrifying, and I was afraid I was gonna get shanked like every day. And one guy one guy came up to me and I was trying to hide that I was about to crap myself. He's like, "Hey man, you got any money?" I was just like, "No, dude, go away." So you have to be really firm with him. You can't have any leeway. You just gotta yell at him. But that's pretty much that. That was pretty much the entire relationship with her and a giant crazy family.
Did they try and pull you into the family business?
No, like he was actually a pretty cool guy.
He was a pretty good guy. He just,
He
sold
was always
meth.
really, really messed up.
Oh. He's one of
But
those meth
he never like came at me or anything. So as long as he didn't like try to fight me or anything, I was good.
How
He did ask me how to make explosives one time. And he's like, "I need to make a bomb." I was like, "All right, we're getting
It's like, hey, I
getting
heard
really
you're,
illegal. Getting
heard
really
you're
illegal."
good with Google. Can you Google me up some dynamite? Like, what?
Yeah, I was at that point. Luckily, I moved away. So
Jesus. So how long did that relationship last with the drug lord's daughter?
right, like 9 months.
9 months? How do you date a drug lord's daughter for 9 months?
Well, the one before that was like 4 years.
Jesus.
I'm like Gandhi, all right.
Well, I mean, let's see. My first girlfriend was like 3 years. The girl after that was almost 2. Girl after that was like 1 and change. So, I don't know. It just keeps getting
Yeah.
shorter and shorter for.
Yeah,
I
and since
kinda-
then it's been nothing.
I kind of feel bad. I've never, Andrew has been my longest relationship, and we're at like a year and a half.
And you're already ready to
But-
dump him, right?
No,
You're already.
but
Wow, she's ready to fucking
I've
get rid
never
of you.
had
already.
like the one before, the longest one next to me and Andrew. It lasted almost a year. So
Why'd that end?
feel kinda
Andrew, your
bad.
expiration date's coming up.
Why'd that one end?
it just ended.
He was Horde. I knew it. I
I
fucking
hadn't
knew.
started playing World of Warcraft at that time.
Yeah, he was Horde.
I've only been playing since 2008. I haven't.
Only 4 years.
Wait.
That's
Yeah,
that's a long
wow.
time.
Well, I mean, you can't cast. You can't. I don't think you can really count the last year.
It was one of your break years, one of your off years. It was the off season for you.
Yeah, it's pretty much an off year
You
because
AFK for pandas?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna play pandas, but
You make me sick.
Right?
they're not gonna be that bad. I mean, I think people who are being skeptical about the pandas need to see what they do with it before.
It's gonna
they
be
judge
worse than
me.
dating your best friend's sister, which I've done.
God, you just steal girls.
I
from
don't
everybody
steal.
you
I know. I don't steal them. How do you steal? It was his sister. Okay, it was
Exactly,
his sister.
stole it. He was about to get that. And...
That's terrifying. Anyway, where do you live again? I know it's 30 South.
No.
I didn't mean that the brother and sister were together, but
Okay.
isn't that kind of like a betray of trust? Like when you try to date your best friend.
Okay,
or your-
this is what
Goes
happened.
against our bro code
This is what happened.
sometimes.
So, whatever, we hit it off, or it was a long fucking story, super long, complicated, drama-filled story. Anyway, we hit it off, and we're like, okay, we're gonna do this. But we have to keep it a secret because of her brother, because of her dad. Her mom was totally cool for her. Her mom had been pushing for her and I to date like for a while. Always
Megan Hansen with you
telling
guys?
us we should start dating. But
You
basically we had to keep it a secret because we thought her dad and her brother were just gonna flip, which they didn't. It was the complete opposite, actually. Totally welcomed with open arms. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's how good I am, so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Banana hammock.
Pretty much, I'm kind of just tapped out on relationships at this point. Man,
I spent too much money doing it.
it's not.
I think
Dumb.
you say that. I think you're emotionally not ready, maybe. But I know that, I don't know. You do things for girls that I know that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I
No,
think
go
you're
ahead.
still
No, say it.
there.
Say
Like,
No, go ahead. You know what? No, you know what? Everyone give Nikki the floor. She's about to. She's about to.
I can't. My brain's not working. I can't form sentences. What I'm trying to say is that you do very sweet things for girls that you like. So I think somewhere in your mind, you still want to be in relationships, but I think you also aren't ready.
You're going about the wrong way, is what you're trying to say. You
No,
gotta be a jerk
no.
if you want to win.
No.
You can't be nice guy.
I've done the jerk and I've done the nice guy, and you need a balance. I don't know how some of these guys can make it work for them. Like, I think the type of girl that I want needs that balance between nice guy and jerk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You lure him with a jerk, and then
Like,
turn nice guy.
Like the girls that you can get as just a jerk, there's man, I don't know.
They're masochists.
They're of a certain
and not
caliber.
very- yeah, they're
Yeah.
not very good at relationships.
Yeah, and then the girls that you get as just being a super nice guy, eventually it hits them when they're like, yeah, I can't date my sweet, like, it's like dating their brother, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it turns into, it goes from relationship to friendship instead of the other way around.
exactly. So you need to, so yeah.
Slap around a bit, is that what you're saying?
I think, I think if the jerk part is something that they know isn't, you're not trying to be mean, you're just kind of like joking around with them, but in a mean kind of way. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. It's
Okay.
it's jerk
think
with a
that's the-
purpose.
Yeah.
You can't-
Yeah. Well, that's my kind of jerk.
Yes. See, it's jerk with. You got to be a jerk with a purpose, and I don't know. I think I think Nikki has is hitting it on the head right now with somewhere in a deep, dark, hidden, buried corner under all this hate and rage and bitterness. There's a part of me that wants to be in a relationship, but then the rest of me is just like, no, like just no.
I think it's the difference between brain and heart, because I was before Andrew, I was really done with relationships. I just got out of, well, they weren't bad relationships, but the way they ended were bad. So I was like, I don't want to go through that again. I'm just gonna not do that for a really long time. And I didn't even know I wanted to be in a relationship until I got to be really good friends with Andrew. And then it turned out that we really liked each other. So it just kind of like faded into it
Mm-hmm.
without me knowing about it, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
He tricked you.
Yeah, he drugged the shit out of you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, because I don't know, I was just so jaded in my mind that relationships were stupid and they never work and all this kind of stuff. But I think you always deep down kind of want to be with somebody. I think it's just how we're programmed.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I kind of sort of believe that.
I think the
It's
manual's different
it's
for
like-
us Chinese models.
Like, you can't, I don't know, like, I'll meet someone really cool and then stuff will hit it off, but then my brain just kicks in and it's like, no, like, just no. This isn't what you want right now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
How's that milkshake?
Sorry, it's good. It's reaching the refill point pretty soon, so I'm gonna stop.
Gross. Just disgusting. Disgusting. How about you, Michael? What about your crazy relationships?
I think the craziest thing would probably be the time I had to hide in the shower because of a surprise. I'm not supposed to be home yet, but I'm coming home.
Oh, shit.
What? What?
Okay, everyone, go. I've never heard this story before, so I
Okay.
need to hear this story.
was one of those times when, the parents are home and you go to visit, and like, oh, hey, and then it was like lunchtime, and they were supposed to be at work, and one of them came home, and like, wait, did that car just pull into this driveway? Like, then you hear the footsteps coming upstairs, like, oh, God. And so, I dive into the shower and stand there for probably about 45 minutes while he's
My God.
he's trying to fix the TV that was broken. He's Asian, so he's like, oh, I can fix it myself, I'm not going to pay him to fix this for me. I got this. I got a screwdriver and a hammer. And so he's, out there tinkering with it, like, Zoolander. The files are inside the computer?
Let's see. Let's see.
And I'm just standing like, oh my God, am I ever going to get out of here? Like, you keep this up, the other one's going to come and be stuck.
Oh my God.
And it was like an apartment complex, so like I was in their parking spot.
Holy
So,
shit. They didn't notice, though?
I don't think that he realized that it was my car somehow, because I think I met him like once at that point.
Mhm.
And so like when he went to the bathroom, like in his bathroom, luckily, I like jumped out and like ran down the stairs with my shoes in hand. It was funny because like while I was in there, because it was taking so long, she'd like kind of sneak in there and like drop stuff off in there to kind of keep me like occupied.
Like a Game Gear or like a book?
Magazine?
Like,
No. It was worse because she brought me like a book. I'm like, a book in the dark shower? Really? Seeing it.
Why am I with you right now? Like,
And then
we're breaking up
I
after
had
this, you
fucking
fucking
doorbell
moron.
and my 2 shoes. And so I was like, okay, now I have more stuff to drop and give myself away. Thanks.
I was
Was it a shower that had like a seat in it that you could sit down, or you had
No.
to stand up the entire time?
It was like a standing crouch, so your head doesn't go over.
Wait, what shower has a fucking seat in it? Hold on. What the fuck?
No.
What shower has a seat in it?
When it's a tub and a shower.
Come on, Chris, you're in Texas now. You should know about this.
There's seats?
Yes, like mine. I can't remember one I haven't had that. Well, I mean, we had a straight up shower stall in one of our houses that we lived in, but most of the time, it's a shower that either has like a tiny little shelf, like where the handrail is,
Mm-hmm.
or there's like in the corners, it's built out a little bit
Oh,
where
'cause it's a
it's not really
bathtub.
comfortable to sit on it, but you can put your stuff on it. You can use
Okay.
that as a seat.
I know what you're talking about now, yeah.
So
We don't
yeah.
have it in California
So
very
you
often.
sprinted out of the shower.
As soon as he went into the bathroom, like I like jumped out in my socks and ran down the stairs
It was
barefoot.
one of those moments like he could be taking a dump, he could just be taking a piss.
He
I've
could just be
got
washing his
max
hands.
minimum, absolute minimum. I got 15 seconds. Like I'm not even gonna take a chance. I'm just gonna fucking sprint.
And then like zing and out the door and in the car and gone.
And then what happened after that? She like, how long did you
Never
guys date
found
after
out.
that?
They never found out. Yeah, it kept going smooth.
For how long?
I don't know what point that was in there, but the whole thing lasted about a year.
Oh, how adorable! And you never fucking told me. Well, you did, I think.
I probably did.
You did, but Michael's not one to brag, I guess. Michael's very secretive. Michael's gonna grow those big, long Asian beards, like those big white ones. And he's gonna live in the woods, and he's gonna fucking train like CIA agents and stuff.
Like a Confucius beard.
Exactly, big old Confucius. That's gonna be Michael. That is
I
gonna
need to
be
go find a
Michael
picture.
with
I'm
the
opening Photoshop right now. I'm
Pristina
gonna go
Rage
feature
Terra
sketch.
Marines. That's nuts though. Were you like, okay, was it those awkward like, I'm gonna move as fast as I can but as quiet as I can, or was it just a
Yes.
dead on like, I'm gonna jump these last 10 stairs and just fucking like
No,
somersault?
it had
out
to be
the
the
door?
stealthy approach. It was like, I'm getting out of here and you'll never know I was here.
As fast as I can, but still being quiet.
Yes.
Yeah. And see, moments like that, you surprise yourself. You get home and you're just like, wait a second. Did I just jump out of a 3rd-story building onto a moving truck? That's incredible. that was intense. So they never
I
found
tried to
out.
climb into a chick's window.
No, they never found out.
You had to climb into a chick's window?
You guys never done that?
Mm-mm.
How many steak knives did she have?
She was actually fairly sane. Which is surprising.
And how long did this relationship last? Like a day?
Not long at all.
Yeah.
It was like a
Why-
month.
Why even ask? No, I think stuff like that. All right. I think craziest thing like that for me was when one of the condoms got stuck on her purse, and we didn't realize it. We didn't catch it. I'm not gonna say which one it was because someone they know might be listening, and then they'll leak it out that I've told this story. But what happened
All
was
6 of our viewers.
what happened was we did our business. You know, I was like, oh, I have to be home in an hour and a half. Like, whatever. Anyway, that's done and over with. She's getting dressed. I make the bed again. She goes home, and then, no joke, 20 minutes later, she's like, did you know the condom was stuck to my purse? And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. I walk in my house, and my mother stops me, and she asks me, what's that? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And it was the fucking condom. It was the fucking dirty, used condom. And I didn't know how to respond. Like, I'm just, you know, what the fuck do you say to that? Like, I'm sorry?
Exactly.
Like, I'm just, like, speechless. And so, she tells me the whole story, how she walked in, her mom saw it, was, like, laughing, like, what was that? Were you guys gonna play a prank on someone or whatever? And she's like, yep, that's exactly what we were gonna play a prank on someone. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't believe we forgot it. That's, wow. And she's just, like, she says she nonchalantly, like, picked it off her purse and, like, tied it and threw it away because she had to, because if she made a big deal about it, then her mom was gonna know that it was, like, a legit dirty, nasty used condom. So, yeah.
I kind of had something like that happen
That's
to me,
nice.
but I can't be sure if it was like, okay, I was on the track team all through high school, and you would practice out, you know, around the football field, and you would just put all your stuff near the bleachers. And the bleachers, nobody's out there unless it's fourth period, and it's the sports. Fourth period is the sports period, so everybody's out there fourth period. But, you know, periods 1 through 3, you could just go out there, do whatever you want, you know. So, I don't know. I just came home one day after track, and it was kind of the same thing that happened to her. My mom's like, "What is that on your bag?" And I have no idea if it actually came from my house or if it was something nasty that somebody left under the bleachers.
That is
And
gross.
yes,
was it
that's
random?
gross.
Was it because you guys were getting it on under the bleachers?
No, it wasn't me. Like, you know, a couple of days or the day before or a few days before, that happened at my house.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was disposed of properly. But it was so long ago, I can't be sure. I just know that a few days, like the next day or the day after, there was something on my bag, and I have no idea where it came from.
That is gross.
Yes.
I think it's.
I mean,
it's... Go ahead.
it had to come from the bleachers because, I mean, if it was there for like a day and a half and nobody told me, I mean,
Oh my god,
That's
that's
really
that Nikki
disgusting,
girl.
actually.
That's really gross. Well, in high school we used to like get them from the health,
teacher.
yeah, the health
Yep.
teacher, and we would open them up and like put them in like in people's bags, backpacks, like put them in the little back pocket and let it stick out a little bit, like like I'm so fucking stupid, or like tie it on people's radio antennas on their cars because the sun would dry them out and they would just stick on there all gross. We did stupid shit like that. But yeah, that was. I mean, well, I've got other horror stories, but I don't know if you guys. I've ripped parts of me that have required hospital visits. And
Wait, what?
What?
That sounds awful. I've been
Where did this
stabbed. That sounds
conversation
bad.
go?
I'm gonna. Oh God, I really don't want to tell the story. I wanted to save this story for another time.
What?
That sucks because you mentioned it.
Yeah, you've already.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the famous abridged version of my famous story of when I ripped my foreskin.
Oh God. I'm scared now.
Oh my God, I'm gonna try and make it as simple as possible without too many details. So anyway, everyone's home. By the way, everyone's home.
My
This
God.
this was in my
It's
house.
already awful.
This is in my house. Everyone's home. Everyone's downstairs. my room is upstairs in the corner of the house. It's right above like the living room and the kitchen. So we had been watching TV upstairs in my parents' room. And since everyone was home, well, let's just go to my room or whatever, because we know no one's going to go in there. Okay. So we're in there, blah, 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 like, things are getting heavy, this and that. I try to do that sexy move where you don't even take the panties off, you just, like, move them to the side, like, all, like, oh, like, whatever, it's fucking, this is happening right now, like, fuck it.
Uh-huh.
I do that. Just, you know, fuck it, like, this is, we're doing this, and then I go for a point of entry, a very forceful entry, and instead of feeling just that ecstasy of entering, it's just the sharpest just pain I've ever felt, and then instantly my brain recognized that it was in an area where it shouldn't be. Like, whoa, you fucked up somehow. And so, like, in my brain, I could have sworn I heard like when you snap a rubber band. So when it like when you rip a rubber band, like in my head, that's what I heard. No joke. I'm pretty sure it didn't sound like I was ripping a rubber band in half, but in my head, that's what I heard. And so I go, I let out this yelp / like scream, and I'm like, oh, and I look down and blood's just gushing out. Blood's just coming out. Like, it's like when you get those real gross bloody noses and the blood isn't even like red, it's just that like dark black blood. That's what it was.
You're gonna have to put some sort of viewer discretion on this video.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a listener discretion is advice. Anyway, that's going on. I'm like, holy shit, my brain instantly goes into panic mode, and when I panic, I don't freeze. Like, I'm not that person that will just stay there in shock. Like, I need to do something. Like, action needs to happen. And so she looks at it, and she gets this look on her face like she's gonna fucking yell. Like, no joke, I thought she was gonna scream. So in my head, adrenaline's running through me. I'm scared as fuck. I'm like, I need to do something. She looks like she's about to scream, so I fucking just throw my hand over her mouth, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
We're doing this.
Just stay right there. Shut up and just stay right there. And, like, as soon as I say that, I look down, and blood's just dripping on the carpet, and I'm like, fuck. And I go in the bathroom, and I'm like, I need to assess the damage. I don't want to, but I need to assess the damage. So I'm sitting there in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, just move your hand, just move your hand, just move your hand, just move your hand. Pull it away, my hand's just fucking covered in blood, like, there's blood dripping on the bathroom floor, and I look down, there's blood coming out, and, like I said, when I don't panic and freeze, I'm thinking like 7,000 fucking miles a minute, and I'm just like, okay, you ripped something, obviously, there's only a lot of blood, because there was a lot of blood in that area, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be cool, now think of something to tell your fucking parents. To take you to the hospital. So I'm sitting there in front of the mirror, and the color is draining from my face. I'm going pale in front of my own eyes. I'm like, holy shit, don't pass out. Do not pass out. You're okay. Like, breathing, like, okay, what the fuck are you gonna tell them? What are you gonna tell them? Your shit got stuck in the zipper. Alright, boom. Alright, that's what I'm gonna fucking say. And I go, my sister, who is, like, going through medical training or whatever at the time, I hear her about to go out the front door, and I'm like, hey, can you come up here real quick? And she could tell by my voice something was wrong. So she, like, sprints up these stairs, and she takes one look at my bloody hand. It's just bloody. And she's like, I'm gonna get Dad. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
So my dad runs upstairs, and he looks at me, and I'm pretty sure I get it from my dad, because without missing a beat, he's yelling, he like yells at my girlfriend, like, get him a clean towel and get him a pair of shorts, we're fucking going to the hospital. Not missing a beat, just boom, 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 like, oh, and she's like, and my sister's like, don't pass out, you look like you're gonna pass out. I'm not gonna fucking pass out, let's just fucking leave. She runs, grabs me a towel, a pair of shorts, I like put it on my junk, I put my shorts on, like, we're rushing to the hospital. my dad's like driving, and my girlfriend at the time, she's in the back, and he's like, it's okay. It's okay. This stuff happens all the time. It's fine. You're going to be okay. We're going to take you to the hospital. You're going to be fine. Get to the hospital. I'm embarrassed because I got this big old bulge because I have a fucking towel on my junk, and I'm just like, I just ripped my dick. Like, I ripped my dick. Like, no matter how this ends, I ripped my dick today. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. So, you know, hospitals, the nurse has to look at you first. So I go in the nurse's room. She's like, this is going to be embarrassing. You're going to have to pull your stuff down or whatever, and I'm going to have to look at it. She looks at it. She's like, oh, look, it stopped bleeding, this and that. Like, you're just going to have to sit out there for a little while longer. Put this on. She hands me a fucking maxi pad. No joke. She hands me a fucking pad. And I'm like,
you bitch, bro.
Are you serious? She's like, I know, I'm sorry. It's just, we had to get rid of that towel. You need something that we know is sanitary. Like, you got to put this on. Like,
Yeah, I just keep thinking of maxi pad.
no joke, I bet you she fucking went online and was like, la 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 la, made some kid put a maxi pad on today. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, maxi pad on my junk, like my girlfriend's terrified, my dad's just trying to keep himself from fucking laughing. I just start laughing hysterically, and then someone I know from high school shows up. They start talking to
Oh
me.
my god,
Like,
this
hey.
is like
What are you in
there's
for,
something
bro?
about Mary except
No,
worse,
seriously,
way
seriously.
worse.
She's like, hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, oh, just, you know, like, my girlfriend's here and blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye. She's like, what are you doing? Like, no, just bye. Just get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you doing? So we're waiting. It's about four hours from the time I ripped my dick to the time I actually saw the doctor. And he has me laying on the table, and, like, he puts his gloves on, he's examining it, he goes, well, I'm gonna clean it, and then we're just gonna put some Neosporin on it. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's a clean rip, just put some Neosporin on it, and when you shower, just wash the old Neosporin off, put some new stuff on, and then you'll be fine. It should be fine in a couple days. And he's like, oh, and by the way, how did this happen? And just silence. The whole fucking world went silent when he asked that. Like, people stopped working, factories turned the fuck off, gas pumps didn't work anymore, fucking half of China went dark, North Korea, just everything just stopped moving. And I look at him, and I look at my girlfriend, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and he turns slowly, just turns back at her, looks at her, no joke, looks her up and down, okay? Turns back slowly to me. Intercourse?
Wow.
You say that?
He said that. He said that. And I look at him, and I'm like, yeah. Like, I didn't say it, I just exhaled it. Just, yeah. And he's like, okay, Neosporin on it, it'll be fine in a couple days. Walks the fuck out. The world goes back to normal. North Korea's traffic keeps going. Fucking lights turn on in China. Babies are born in Africa. Fucking world goes on like nothing else happened. And I'm laying on that table laughing, and I'm just like, holy shit. I'm laughing because I'm just like, this is going to be one of the coolest stories ever for me. Like, for the rest of my life, I'm always going to have this story. Like, the day I ripped my dick inside of my girlfriend.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Did it rip on her, or did it rip on her panties because they were pulled to the side?
Okay, so after some investigating, we came to the conclusion that it was the panties because there was a copious amount of blood on them.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I'm like, how does a vagina rip that? I
You
don't.
didn't look at it.
It was
Man.
the panties. It had to have been the panties. Had to. Self-circumcision by jumping the gun. But by listening to Hollywood. So.
Well, the panties aren't supposed to be sharp as fuck. But
Well, I think I don't know. Just
Razor pins.
it's gonna be a cute story to tell my grandchildren. Oh wait, no, that's not something
be horrified.
that's not something I tell them.
Not at all.
No.
No,
It's a great drunk story. The story, you know, the stories you tell when you're fucking
Okay.
wasted.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like someone you know is there, and they're like, "Hey, dude, hey, hold on, hey, tell him the time you fucking ripped your dick, dude. Hey, come here, hey, yeah, tell him the time you ripped your dick. This shit's fucking awesome, dude. He fucking ripped his dick. Hey, like, oh, god damn it, why do I live sometimes? Why am I alive?" But happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope.
Yeah.
Rip dicks.
God.
It's sad.
And with that, I would like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Remember to always completely remove the panties, or at least
Don't
make
rip
sure
your
your
dick,
entry is clear.
SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
Also, don't date girls that have a fascination for steak knives.
Mm-mm.
Also, practice exiting a house extremely quietly. Always have an exit plan. And play more WoW, because you could find your future husband or wife.
I like how mine's the only positive one.
Nothing wrong with making a fast exit.
Like, why would being a fast exit? I do it all the time. Just
No, like mine didn't come out of oh shit, something bad could potentially happen.
While you guys were telling your stories, I made myself a picture of myself wearing a beard.
Great. Hope you learned a fucking lesson today. Hope you learned a lesson. But yeah, save some money on roses. Either don't love anyone or buy different kind of flowers. And make sure your entry point is always free of obstacles. And always have an exit plan. So that was your Valentine's Day special of your Binary Zoo. I need everyone to say goodbye for me. Everyone.
Goodbye
right
for me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.